こんちくはKY先輩ですね。アメリカ英語のぐるぐるなんですけれども、今日の動画では、この外国人の英語をやり直すね。やり直すというか、アクセントに関してちょっと手伝いたいなと思うんですよね。今日のゲストは、Sapir ですよね。Sapir さんですね。パチパチなんですけれども、彼女は実は外国人ですね。Sapir, how you doing?
こんにちは。
ちょっと
日本のどこから来ましたか？
日本語上手ですね。はいはいはい。片言ですよね。これから英語に関して手伝いたいと思うんですよね。だって僕も俳優活動してたんですけれども、彼女がハリウッドで俳優活動してるから。Sapir, how can I help you today?
So listen, I have this audition that is not really long. It's pretty short, and I already worked on my character. I worked on the script, but I wanna work on my accent a little better. I wanna make it as much as American as I can.
Okay, so let's just clarify. You're not an American.
I'm not an American.
Okay. But you kind of sound like one.
Well, I haven't speak English at all, like a few years ago, but now I speak way better, but the only thing I need is to work on my accent.
Because when I hear you speak English, right? Sometimes I hear your pronunciation's a little different.
Yeah.
I don't want to say wrong, right? But we've talked about this a lot, but if you are trying to play like an American girl, and
Sometimes.
right, and you have a little accent, like a little, like pepper,
Little.
right? People can tell instantaneously, oh, you're not American, right? And you experience that often, right?
Yes.
People always ask, where are you from, right? So our goal is going to be that nobody would bother to ask you that question, because what you're saying is so goddamn American that people would just think like you're from Alabama. Now,
Not Alabama.
well, that's the point of this, that if you want to choose what kind of accent you want, you could choose an Alabama accent, even though this is probably from Tennessee, because I ain't ever been to Alabama except once. Now, that side of the Mississippi aside, I think you'd probably want to do more like a California accent,
Yes.
right? Yeah, so what my goal is going to be is we're going to go through the script here, take a few lines, right? And try to get it as totally Californian as totally possible.
Yes.
All right, and we can do that with two things: intonation and pronunciation. So let's focus on those two things, right? And let's see if we can do this. So, what are the lines?
The line is, Tyler, you don't mean that.
The line is, Tyler, you don't mean that. Now, are we acting yet or not acting yet?
We can act that.
Yeah. So,
Line is, Tyler, you don't mean that. But I want to put more focus on the mean. I want to make sure she knows the line is Tyler, because she didn't say the Tyler. She did say you don't mean that. I want to tell her the line is Tyler, you don't mean that.
so the intonation, okay, is going to be on the Tyler part, right? So the line is, Tyler, you don't mean that.
The line is Tyler, you don't mean that.
Okay. Here we go. Because I'm already noticing that I say it one way, but you say it slightly different, right?
Okay.
What we want to do is mimic, literally,
Should I close my eyes then?
if it helps you,
That's
right?
fine.
So basically what your goal is to do is to don't overthink this,
Okay.
but try to sound like me as best as you can. I know I'm a guy, so it's a little strange, but if I say, for example, you don't mean that, you say it just like I say it, right? So you don't mean that.
You don't mean that.
Yeah, so the intonation point, you don't mean that.
You don't mean that.
Yeah, that's the rhythm of it, right? So we got that part, right? Okay, so you don't mean that. Now, before that was,
The line is Tyler, you don't mean that.
there you go. That
The
sounds
line
good.
is Tyler, you don't mean that.
Nope. You don't mean that. So there's also
You don't mean that.
yeah, so there's a little pause. You don't mean that.
The line is Tyler, you don't mean that.
That's
Better?
Yeah, the intonation went up on that spot. So basically now your responsibility is to repeat this maybe 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. And I know for the camera, this sucks, but you need to do this because, and we can just probably do the fast forward thing so that like people see that you actually did the practice, but you should do it. You should probably do it like 5, 6, 7 times. But if you can get 3 of them perfect in a row, then we can stop. Okay?
The line is, Tyler, you don't mean that.
I think we got it. I think we got
The
it.
line is.
Yeah. And it gets annoying, right? It's almost like I am so sick of saying this, but you need to do it because, you know, when you film, right? When we do the actual thing, the scene, you need to deliver your lines precisely and not fuck up, right? So, good.
What do you do today?
Well, I was just gonna hop in the jacuzzi and then go to the sauna after we're done this because I thought I was just gonna help you accent. But if you want me to help you film this kind of like as a practice, like we can stitch it together and like make like, what do you call it? Like like an audition or whatever, like audition tape? Is that what you guys call it? Yeah, self-tape. Yeah. もう5年ぶり、いや、7年ぶりですよね。俺、俳優活動やってなくて、すいません。So basically, let's do that. Let's shoot this scene kind of like a real thing, right?
Yeah.
And let's see if it looks cool. Like, let's see if you actually sound like an American.
So let's go shoot it. Let's go shoot the audition. I'm ready to shoot.
Okay, high five. Ready to do this? We're gonna do
I'm ready.
your
I'm
audition
ready.
tape, right?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna help you read these lines.
Yes.
Okay, let's see what we can do here, huh?
Yeah, let's
kind of
see.
excited, right?
Yeah. I am fully vaccinated and my favorite comedy film is Elf. Do you like it?
Yeah, I think we're making some progress here. I mean, otherwise, I think we could do one more take, or you want to?
Let's do it.
one more?
Let's do one more.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Why not?
Sorry, what?
The line is, Tyler, you don't mean that.
I said that, I thought. So, what'd you think?
I think it was cool. It was really fun to try it.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think about my accent?
Well, that's a good question because we have to remember that perfection takes years
Right.
of
I gotta
like
practice on
focused practice, rehearsal and stuff like that. So you did very well. I would say 98% well because honestly, a lot of your charm and stuff is in your personality, you as a character, Sapir, not just like some sort of generic person, right?
Yes.
So there is an element of like you having to add your personality to the
Totally.
character, right? Yeah, so our goal isn't to be just like a typical Valley girl and like totally lose our
Right.
identity, but in
So
this,
people will understand.
and it's now just an issue of like, do they really want 100% American, or are we willing to accept? And that's a gamble that you got to take. So
Right.
like, hopefully we can continue to work on pronunciation and stuff like that. But this is how you do it. You rehearse it.
Repetition. Repetitive.
Repetitive.
Well,
right?
it's a perfect scene for the video.
Circle of life. I mean,
Circle of life.
I mean, seriously, I think this was a good video. It was good practice. I'm glad everybody watched it. I'm
Yes.
glad that we collaborated for the first time ever.
Eh?
And wait, down here.
Hey.
There you go. Sweet. I mean, because like, seriously, Sapir is a good friend of mine, and we've been talking about making videos together, and we just never have because
Right.
blah blah blah. Sapir も、自分のチャンネルやってるから、もしね、彼女の動画とか見たかったら、どっかのプロフィールのリンクをクリックしてくださいね。それで、KY先輩はまあいつもそうだけど、今週生放送のオンラインセミナーするからね、ぜひ、登録してくださいね。もっとアメリカ人みたいに喋れるようになりたかったら、俺の3ステップ学習法を教えるから、よろしくお願いいたします。
ありがとう。
Yeah, thank you.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。まあ、これからよろしくお願いしますね。Sapir さんのファンになってください。So guys, thank you so much. Sapir, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
And we'll talk to you later. Bye. Peace out.
Peace.